Let me ask you about that in larger society right now, where you have a lot of performers in the arts who are very over the top in terms of their appearance and their artistic pursuits, but they have serious causes that they're really passionate about. So looking at Lady Gaga, for example, who every award show, people are always wondering what is she going to wear for her tours. She is so just larger than life. But aside from that, she is always pushing about issues that she's passionate about for people around the world and different communities who are going through hardships. So she has this personality, but she also has this message that she's trying to further. Would you consider that to be a similar, representation of what you talked about when you mentioned clowns and what they were about as far as the message, but then who they may have been as an individual?
Absolutely. Even going beyond their own personal aspirations, the things that are done with humor, with entertainment, have a purpose. And you mentioned Lady Gaga. With the great amount of attention that she gets from making publicity stunts, doing these costumes, doing all these things, she still has a pull or a power to motivate people to do something. And she's using that power in a way to, supplement whatever charity or cause that she's interested in. And how this relates to clowns, I guess the best way I could tell you is people that make you laugh, or people who can make you laugh, will probably tend to be able to get closer to you than people who annoy you, or people who do you wrong, or people who make you mad. Usually people who are humorous, they're people. You're a people person, as they say. You always want to have the life of the party around. And if we relate that to history, a little known fact, when clowns have been around for centuries, and they've been evident in many, many cultures. But most clowns were referred to as jesters. And if you look at jesters and their position in the royal court, they were one of the closest to the king or either the head of the countries. If they were only to rely on humor alone, then there wouldn't be no purpose for them to the people. But their purpose that they were able to convey was that through humor, they were able to bring light to serious, very serious social topics that the people experienced as a form of gaining some type of compassion from the ruler that they were under, but doing it without being able to pay the penalty like everybody else would. If I made a joke about there being a problem in the kingdom and you laughed about it, but then you thought about it afterwards and said, well, maybe there is a problem, then you would go on and act as though you came up with that decision. Otherwise, somebody else coming up and saying it, they might be beheaded, they might be thrown into prison, they might be, put away.
This has been an audio exclusive from the G Cafe. To hear the rest of this interview and others, please visit facebook.com/thegcafe, where you can find all of our audio and video features.